Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is BC. Welcome. This is a Friday evening stream coming at you live from Miami, Florida. If you haven't been around, obviously I moved here a couple years ago, but I wanted to come on, announce a few things, talk to you guys, mention the show coming up and a bunch of other things. So we'll be on for 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't really know. All right. First and foremost, as you guys have seen, I released the Real Estate Agagi, which is accessible to everybody. The link is in the description. If you're looking for a no bullshit, no BS, straight up, simple plan, guide, structure for you to start having success in sales and real estate, that's for you. Most of the stuff that I do now is high ticket. I made this one for everybody else, right? If money's an issue, you're new, right? You don't have the resources, go for that. It's simple and accessible to everybody. The link is in the description. In addition to that, we have the virtual summit coming up November 21st in 4 days on the future of the real estate agent. I'm doing this free webinar for everybody because I want to bring some guest speakers on and give you guys some real nitty-gritty stuff to help you finish the year strong and have a good 2024, because there's a mass exodus in our industry. The economy is shaky and a lot of people are calling it quits. And I want to make sure that if you're committed, that you have the tools that you need to be successful. Okay. Both of those links are in the description, and I'll also be talking about them throughout the show. Okay. So let's get started. What's important moving forward? What's really important? I don't know if you guys have noticed, a lot of people that you thought were successful aren't. A lot of people who show off, right? Like I moved to Miami. When I first moved here, the first couple of months was just me exploring, being out 24/7, socializing with the world and getting to know the city. And I met a lot of people who put out a persona online, and in reality, it doesn't align. They're incongruent. Somebody who posts pictures in front of fancy cars, but they live in an efficiency in a back house an hour away. Doesn't make sense, right? I think people are starting to pick up on that. I've seen a lot of crazy marketing the last couple of years, and it just blows my mind how much bullshit people spew. It really is. And then unfortunately, people buy it, right? So that's one observation that we've made, right? Sorry about that, my cat. That's one observation that we've made. People are more distracted now than ever. People are addicted to these. Look at your screen time. What is it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day? It's like, fuck, dude. You shit with the phone in your hand. You eat with the phone in your hand. You don't socialize. You're probably part hunchback because you're looking down at your phone all the time. You don't interact with the world. You run your errands and you probably just put your head down, right? That's another one. We have people feuding, right? This whole thing with online. We started seeing it years ago. Oh, this person calls out this person. Oh, this person's full of shit. And all it is drama and gossip. And this person's talking shit about this person. And the only way a lot of people can get attention is by talking shit instead of providing value. My platform has been about providing value. And before I got deplatformed and censored and all that shit, I was exploding. And I never engaged in the drama. Fuck this person. And oh, I don't like that person. I'm not interested in any of that. That doesn't provide value for anybody. That's no different than all the bullshit novelas and all the other stuff that's on TV that people waste their lives watching 24/7. That doesn't bring any value at all. It's just drama. It's just that I want to get clicks. I want to get views. So amidst all of this, the shifts, the changes, what's happening, right? Now the market, the economy being against us. So now the consumer, if you're an entrepreneur, is kind of against you at this point, right? Because they're pessimistic. More so than ever. Now you want to step up and be successful. What is it going to take? Well, first, emotional state management, right? A lot of people don't really realize the value in that. So my question to you, the audience, would be, what are you doing to mold that, to shape it, to strengthen it, to develop it? Because most human beings are completely disconnected from their emotions and the understanding of the range of emotions that we're going to feel and what we go through as human beings. Part of it being primal, right? Nature. The other part being the conditioning that we received growing up. Like, it would behoove you to study that stuff. And it's not just, oh, I'm going to watch a podcast on it, because that's the first mistake people make. You watch free content or a podcast and you think, oh, I know something. You don't know shit. I'm talking deep dive into something. Get people to help you. Consume all the books that you can and all this stuff. Go to the source. I mean, true understanding. And that's one of them. Because we become so lazy nowadays. You think if you just listen to me, you know the world. You don't know anything. You just listen to me. Even if you consider me intelligent and qualified in those arenas, in those subjects, it doesn't matter. Just listening to me on here isn't enough. Nowhere near enough. Not even close. So when I named this, what's really important moving forward? Well, there's a lot. Number one, we have to cut through the fluff, right? We have to get back to the basics, dude. When it comes to running a business, it blows my mind how many people I talk to that aren't even aware of basic foundational principles of business, finances, communication, sales. I mean, it blows my mind. They think, well, if I just get followers and likes, everything is okay. No, dude, that's not going to do anything for you. If anything, that'll probably destroy you, because then it's going to reveal your insecurities, that you care too much about what people think. You can't handle the pressure. You can't handle the criticism. You'll crumble. You ain't ready for that. No way. No way. Let's say you got a flood of money all of a sudden. What would you do with it? You're going to be like the lottery winners that make millions and then they're broke a year later or 2 years later and in extreme debt? Why? Because the person never changed. They were the same person. Now they were given an upper level of experience and reward. Guess what? They crumbled. They went back down to where they were. This is why from the old school teachers in the books, you always hear something being spoken about or discussed around the development of character, right? Molding yourself, shaping yourself as a human being, and how that's of utmost importance. And it is. Because if I give the same blueprint to what I did to somebody who's developed and somebody who's not, well, the person who's not isn't going to have success even with my blueprint or a billionaire's blueprint or anybody else's. Why? The raw material, the user of the blueprint is not primed, is not functional enough to utilize the blueprint. You see, it's not that the gun or the tool doesn't work. You don't work. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So how can you blame the tool? Right? Now you add on culture nowadays, very soft, right? Very forgiving, very accommodating, walk on eggshells and all the other bullshit that's going on. I mean, it's just insane. So we've created just a society of weak and pathetic people. We really have. Everything is offensive. I make jokes with people where I say, man, pretty soon just saying hi to somebody is going to be offensive. I mean, it's just fucking out of control. It really is. It's sad. You know, somebody can't even handle direct, honest communication. It's hurtful. It's damaging. It's dangerous. Get out of here, dude. Shut up. Get out from behind your Twitter screen and your phone and get with reality. Because if you follow me at some capacity, whether you're just joining me or whatever, you're interested or you're involved in entrepreneurship, business, something different than the norm. And understand that one of the most important things moving forward, human relations for you, is going to have to be top-notch priority. Because to the degree that you can relate to other human beings, to that degree, you will be fulfilled. Your bank account will be full or empty, right? Opportunities and all the other things that you want are going to bank upon your ability to relate to other human beings. And we're in an era now where people do not know how to relate. They know how to meme and Twitter. I mean, shit, go online. I post a fucking meme, it explodes. I post anything of substance, nobody gives a shit. Because nobody cares about learning. They just want to be entertained and make it to the next moment and then drink and wait for the weekend and the same cycle of nonsense. Yet those same people are going to be the ones on Monday posting a motivational meme and how I'm going to be successful. No, you're not, dude. You're full of shit. Like most people. You are. Getting people to commit to any type of work, consistent, diligent work is like pulling teeth. What's going on? What's going on? So the human relation aspect, meaning communication, understanding of yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths. Can you go anywhere, any place, anytime and connect with people? Can you start conversations? Can you sell your product? Are you willingly going after opportunities and talking to people? Because again, the opportunity isn't talking to people. Why do you think I've been preaching to people who come to me in sales and real estate and entrepreneurship that you need to get out there and interact with the world and talk to people a lot? 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 people every day. And within 6 months or a year, your life will change 100% because of all the opportunities that are going to be given to you by you taking action. And in that process, you develop yourself, you face your insecurities, you become a better communicator. I mean, God damn. All the things that you want solved are solved in action, especially when we're talking about the subject of relating to people. But then what gets in our way? This, ourselves, the chatter. I'm not good enough, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work. It's old school, right? I even have people coming to me asking me and critiquing me on what I'm offering my students. It's like, bro, who the fuck are you to tell me that? I have achieved what you would want. Why are you going to sit here and try to critique? Oh, I want this and that. You don't know what the fuck you want. You've never made six figures or been a millionaire or everything. Who the fuck are you to say that? You find the person who's the best and you work with them. You don't try to critique it, but that's the era that we're in. And then people will tell them, oh, no, yeah, keep critiquing it. They're like, what? You're the fucking student. Sit down and learn, dude, and show up. And show up with enthusiasm and show up with the grit, show up with the discipline, show up with the commitment. Where is that, dude? I'm looking for it. Those are the people I want to align myself with and break bread with and hang out with and work out with and spend my time with. Those people. I'm building those people within my communities for sure. But I'm looking for other killers. And a lot of people always say they're a killer, but they're not. They're full of shit. But as time goes on, I'm being a lot more blunt and harsh with this type of communication because it needs to be eradicated. It's pathetic. People's lack of commitment, right? The person who comes in who's so delusional, they think they're going to be an entrepreneur and make money overnight and not have to work. It doesn't matter that social media is out. You're still going to have to work. You think you're not going to know anything about business or product or sales or customer service and you're going to become a millionaire? Like, are you kidding me? Has nobody sat you down and said, you're delusional? Well, I can figure it out on my own. No, you can't. No, sorry, you can't. I'll tell you, you can't. You need help, just like I need help and everybody else needs help. So moving forward, right? Having an honest assessment of where you're at in the world and how it works. Like if you're going to enter a game, let's say business or entrepreneurship, that's a game. Learn the rules of that game because they operate independent of what you think about them or what your opinion is. Oh, that's right, that's wrong. It doesn't matter if you think it's right or wrong. It is. That's the game and that's the rules. You're not the designer. Sorry. So if it makes you upset or it offends you, we don't care. The game doesn't care. It doesn't. Now, that might hurt your feelings, but that's okay. The moment you step into understanding it and saying, okay, that's the rules of the game. I'm going to take my emotions and my opinion of it out and play the game for what it is and win the game. Now you're a practitioner. Now you've entered, we can say, a mode, and you've entered the realm where very few people will step into. Because as simple as I made that, even the people who think they're doing that, a lot of them aren't. They're still up in their emotions and this and that and right? And that's why they fight so hard when they enter these games and they don't do what they're supposed to do. Like, okay, you enter the game, you got to talk to a lot of people every day. And what will individuals do? They'll try to come up with a million fucking thousand different things instead of talking to people. Well, I'm just going to email them. Dude, talk to them. Stop doing something different. Do what works. Do what the game is, to talk and connect with people. That's it. Just because you're too chicken shit to go out there because you're scared of getting rejected, admit it and then work on it and get over it. Instead of complicating it and digging yourself into a deeper hole. You see? But you don't have people like me who are telling you the truth. You have enablers around you, which is another thing. Who enables your shitty behavior, your bad attitude, your unwillingness to work hard, your unwillingness to invest in yourself, time, money, and all these other things that gives you that arrogance or delusion that everything is okay when it's not? Who's going to grab you and shake you and bring you back to reality, right? Because most of you have enablers that keep you soft and mushy and it's okay. Oh, well, you got 10th place. Good job. No, dude. Why would you settle for 10th place when you want to get first or second and go hard? Come on. You want the people around you who congratulate you for getting 10th place or the people who are going to push you to get you to first? You see? But when you get around the people who push you to first, you know you have to change and want it bad. And many of you won't do that because you know what comes with it. That's why. That's why you resist it. But you'll talk like you want to be a part of that club. Not going to happen. So getting real with yourself, and this is the key when we talk about what's really important moving forward. Being okay, right, with dealing with criticism and judgment, because that's what it is. That's why you won't do it. You won't admit to the world, hey, I'm weak in this category. I want to get better for whatever reason, because of the stupid opinions of random ass people who don't even give a shit about you. It embarrasses you. Well, I don't want to raise my hand and say I need help. I don't want to say I need a coach. I don't want to spend money on that. It's okay. I'm going to figure it out. Well, I'm going to start tomorrow. Bullshit. All of that is bullshit. 100%. 100%. Again, let's call it for what it is. Why? Because you feel like you're less than for saying I need help. No. You're more. You're more of a person, right? You're more developed. You're more astute. You're more self-actualized when you can raise your hand in the crowd and say, I'm not good at this, or I need help, please. That's the person who I'm going to bring closer to me. Because then we're going to get somewhere. Everybody else, forget it. But that's a tough step for a lot of people. Because when you grew up, you would get teased for going up to the girl and then getting rejected by your friends. They would make fun of you. Those aren't your friends. Those are fucking assholes. Those are losers. Why? Because they didn't even take the action of talking to the girl. You did. Now, you didn't get her, but at least you had the balls and courage to go after something that you want, which makes you greater than them. Period. But see, the world is like that high school or middle school drama. You want to blend in because you don't want too much attention on you. You don't want to be made fun of, but then you get into entrepreneurship, you have to stand out. You can't be a part of the crowd. So again, remember earlier, I said some of these things that have been conditioned into us, that's conditioning. I get rejected, I get made fun of. Well, I'm not going to take action because there's the risk of getting rejected and not getting it. Then I get made fun of. That's conditioning. Now you're conditioned to sit still and not take action because of some repercussion, which is nonsense. I mean, I can go on and on, y'all. I can go on and on. But we need to get back to the real when it comes to business, right? I ask people all the time, are you tracking your numbers? How many customers do you have right now? How many leads? How many appointments? What does your next 2 weeks look like? What's the calendar? How much money did you make in the last week, last month? How much went out in expenses? Like, people can't answer these basic questions. They don't have, and then, well, I'm running a business. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not a business. And that same person will tell me everything is okay. I don't need a coach. I don't need help. Dude, you won't even do the basic thing. What do you mean? Because now if I say, okay, show me what you got so I can help you, there's nothing to show. How can I help you? So back when I said delusion, that's delusion. It literally is. Because that same person will walk around. And why am I saying this, guys? Because I talk to entrepreneurs, real estate people every day. And this is the shit that I'm hearing from most, not all, but most. It's literally delusion. Oh, yeah, I can close anybody. Then how come you've done fucking 2 deals in the last year? That doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. Because if you could close like that, dude, you're so confident, you're going to go out there and hunt with a smile on your face like I used to. Because everybody who's been good at anything can relate to this. When you get good at something, you enjoy doing it more and you want to do it more. Why? Because you're fucking good. And it feels good to be good. Just like I cannot play basketball now and still go on any court and probably still ball up 99% of the fucking planet because of the level that I got to. And it's good. Why? Because it's fun to be that much better than everybody else at something. Now, if you haven't been able to relate to that, fair enough. Get good and then confirm what I say and come back and tell me I was right a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, please. Or, you know what? Come to me. Let me make you so good at communication that you can have everybody eating out of the palm of your hand. Then you'll thank me. But see, this is what's most important. Seeing behind the BS, the fluff, the marketing. What is it going to take? What do I need to build a business? What do I need to do to get my life together? Once you start doing that, you start to progress. And all the stuff that you need to naturally happen will begin. You'll shift away from the wrong people. You'll start to change the way you think. You'll start to challenge some of the old beliefs that you had. You'll start to get different people will start responding to you differently, right? You'll start to feel better. Suddenly, all these things that were tough now become easier for you to do. And that game begins. You get rid of the addictions, you get rid of the bullshit. Now, suddenly, you can see the light. But see, that's a process and that's a dedication and commitment from an individual, which you have to do. Okay. So hopefully everybody has a good weekend. I appreciate y'all jumping on. Check the 2 links below, the virtual summit, which is Tuesday, the future of the real estate agent. Make sure you register for that, and the real estate agagi, right? If you're in sales, if you're in any sales capacity, real estate or not, I would recommend you jump on the agagi. It's accessible to everybody. I just released it, and I wanted to remove the barrier of a lot of my other high ticket stuff in regards to price. It's my blueprint. It's simple. It's actionable. And anybody who joins will have success if they follow the formula. Okay? That's it for this one, guys. Have a good weekend. Peace.